Hi, my name is Emily Carter. I'm 26 years old and I'm from New York City. This is honestly the scariest thing I've ever done. Not because I'm standing in front of all of you, but because for so long, I didn't think I'd ever stand again. Not on a stage, not in front of people, not like this. 3 years ago, my body started to shut down. I was diagnosed with something called chronic fatigue syndrome. It sounds simple, like I'm just tired, but it's so much more than that. It's waking up feeling like you ran a marathon. It's needing help to walk across a room. It's your muscles screaming from things that used to be easy. I used to sing in subway stations. I used to dance. I used to dream. And then slowly, all of that faded. I became the girl in bed, the girl who couldn't show up, the girl who kept canceling. At first, my parents tried to understand. They said they'd be there no matter what. But when I couldn't hold a job, when my hospital visits became frequent, when my illness didn't just go away, the tone changed. They started looking at me like I was the sickness, not just someone living with it. One night, without warning, they packed my things and told me I had to leave. We can't take care of you anymore. I remember standing on the street with a bag in my hand, my heart pounding, thinking, is this really happening? Am I really being left just because I'm sick? I ended up in the basement of a church. It was cold, quiet, and honestly, I wanted to disappear. But then I found this old guitar in a donation bin. It had 2 broken strings, but when I held it, it felt like the only thing in the world that still remembered me. That night, I wrote the first line of this song. I'm not here today because I'm healed. I'm not here because everything is perfect. I'm here because I didn't give up. Because even when the world turned its back on me, this voice, my voice, refused to go silent. So this song is called Still Here. It's not just a song, it's a promise. To anyone who's ever felt abandoned, forgotten, or broken, you're not alone. I'm still here, and so are you.
I used to run with the wind in my hair, laughed so loud like I didn't have a care. But one day the light just slipped away, and I woke up to a world of gray. My body whispered, not today. And the dreams I held began to fade. They looked at me like I disappeared, but I was still here. I was still here. Still here though I'm breaking inside. Still here though they all said goodbye. You walked away, called me too weak, but my silence still found a way to speak. Through the nights no one came near. I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm still here. They packed my bags like I was just a chore, closed their hearts and slammed the door. I stood alone in the pouring rain, carrying nothing but my name. I found a guitar with a broken string. It didn't play much, but it made me sing. Not for them, just for me. to rise after all. Still here with a heart that won't quit. Still here, every scar, every hit. You gave us, thought I'd disappear, but I turned my pain into something you'll hear. This voice, this fight, this crystal tear proves I'm still here. Still here. Still here.
Emily, I honestly don't even know where to begin. What you just did on this stage. It wasn't just a performance, it wasn't just a song, it was something so much bigger. It was raw, it was honest, it was human, and it was beautifully heartbreaking. From the moment you started speaking, I could feel your soul pouring out. Your hands were shaking, your voice trembled, but your truth, it stood tall. And then when you started to sing, Emily, you didn't just sing lyrics, you spoke for every person who's ever felt abandoned, forgotten, left behind. I've sat at this table for years. I've seen incredible vocalists, dazzling acts, flawless technique, but none of that compares to what you gave us tonight. You gave us yourself, you laid your pain bare, and in doing that, you gave strength to people who maybe didn't think they had any left. The lyric that hit me like a wave was, you gave up, thought I'd disappear, but I turned my pain into something you'll hear. Emily, I don't say this lightly, that might be one of the most powerful lines I've ever heard on this show, because it's not just clever, it's truth. That line was your entire story in one sentence. What breaks my heart is that anyone, let alone your own family, made you feel like a burden, like your existence was too much. But what inspires me and everyone watching is that instead of disappearing, you created, you sang, you survived, and you're here. You've turned your suffering into something that will heal others. Do you realize how rare that is, how important that is? Tonight, you didn't just perform a song, you gave people permission to keep going. You made the quiet ones feel seen, you made the hurting ones feel heard. You stood there, fragile in body, but unbreakable in spirit, and sang with more strength than most people could ever imagine. Emily, you are not just a singer, you are not just a survivor, you are a storyteller, a truth teller, an artist. And if your family is watching tonight, I hope they realize they didn't let go of a burden, they let go of a light. Thank you for being brave enough to show us what survival sounds like. And Emily, from all of us here, we see you, we hear you, you matter. And yes, you're still here.